Welcome to the Post Shift Podcast, your raw look at the hospitality industry, brought to you by SHC.
What is happening, Post Shifters? Welcome back to another episode of the Post Shift Podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Shawn Soole. Today, I've been very lucky that we're meant to cross over at the Montreal Cocktail Fest this year, but trying to podcast at Montreal Cocktail Fest in like a 3-day insane cross-pollination of information and knowledge, and it's like trying to podcast at Tales. It's just not going to happen properly. So we were supposed to catch up with Kevin Kos. He was judging a cocktail competition there, did a session as well. But thank you so much for your time, Kevin. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So really today I want to sort of dive into where you got your start in the social media realm, because I know social media is such a massive platform these days that it's not always the easiest thing to leverage and to build on. So let's get your origin story. How'd you get into the hospitality business to start with?
So yeah, I started in hospitality when I was 16. So it was 19 years ago, actually. I started in one pizza place as a waiter, helping with the dishes, helping serving food, and so on. And then gradually moving to the ladder and to the steps a bit higher. Working in a coffee shop, working in cocktail bars, actually. And then pandemic happened. We were all at home, and that's how we actually started with our YouTube channel together with two friends, and we are doing it ever since.
So what made you push the button? I know the pandemic made us sort of all do things that we didn't expect to be doing in a way of pivoting and changing up. But what sort of pushed you to start hit the record button and start sharing cocktails online? And then was there a moment where you were like, okay, I'm going to commit to this?
Yeah, just to let you know, I didn't know anything about cameras, about editing, and then anything regarding that. So I'm blessed that I have friends that knows everything about that. So actually, one of my friends who just started being a brand ambassador for one of the tequilas, he sent me over a box of tequila, and then I was in contact with my friends that we actually play American football together with Roby and Sasha. These are the guys that are expert in cameras and editings. I was in contact with them, asking what should we do together with this box of tequila. Both of them, they were actually enthusiasts about cocktails as well. So that's how we were we were still in touch even after playing football. And they said, let's do an episode together. Let's start doing something. They both came to my apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, really small place. We set a studio there for a day, and we did 2 episodes actually with this box of tequila. The first one was actually unboxing style of episode, which we haven't done from there. So it was actually just one unboxing episode from there, and then we did one cocktail, which was a tequila martini, espresso martini. So we liked it. Then we said, why not doing it a bit more? And then we did it every week. We prepared a set for every week. Then we moved everything back into the basement because I was still living in that apartment. It was crazy because it was kind of a big enough space to make a set, but we had to move the sofa away to the kitchen part. Everybody in the room has to be quiet, just to be able to record all these sessions. So it was an interesting period of time. It was fun, but after 1 year of doing that in that set, actually, we moved it to a new location where we are still working on, and where we still film all of our Cocktail Time episodes.
Nice. In the early days, did you have to figure out how what your voice was going to be, and just visuals and everything? As you said, setting up in the living room is not always the most ideal. Oh, this is a sexy back bar sort of set.
Yeah.
Did you have to figure out your visual style, and then your own personal voice for each video?
So yeah, actually, I'm a big lover of watches. So that's why Cocktail Time. And we had a big clock on the wall on that apartment, and we said we have to put it on a set. It can be part of the story, right? So even after we moved it, even after we moved the studio to a new location, we actually put a similar clock on the wall behind us in a new location as well, because that's something that goes with our story, our cocktail town vision, right? So yeah, we started just with with stuff that we had, and then we build it and build it on top of that actually.
So once things started to grow, what shifted for you creativity wise? Like, did you set out like, or was this more of a pandemic thing, where it's just like, I'm just going to spend some time doing something, like instead of just sitting around moving? What was it, the shift creatively, where you're like, okay, well, I can keep doing this regularly. This is something that I can keep pushing on and building on, to sort of put pressure on you to perform and fuel more experimentation.
Well, even before the pandemic, I was a head bartender in a bar, so I was educating my staff. I'm really a guy that loves to share knowledge, loves to educate others, and of course, channel helped me educating others as well, but having a bigger audience. So I just shifted from educating it live into educating it on the channel actually, and I'm still doing what I love to do, which is sharing knowledge. I'm not a bartender by profession, but I'm a bartender by heart. So that's why I love keep on doing this job. And when I have a big audience, it's even better, because then we can share our knowledge from it from other, which is even better. So yeah, I have to say that I'm blessed that I have this job.
Did you was there a period of time there where you're sort of just plugging along? Because I feel like a lot of people get through that, where they're plugging along and they're putting out content every day, every week, every couple of days, that sort of thing,
Yeah,
and they're not getting anything back, and they're not sort of getting anything in return in the way of viewership and stuff. Was there a period there that you sort of had, or do you sort of like click and everything sort of like lit a fuse, just good timing and serendipity?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, of course, there wasn't thousands of views per episode. It was just a couple of them. Also, from the start, we were kind of figuring out what our content is going to be, right? In the beginning, we were like just showing cocktails without actually teaching how every part of the ingredient is made, right? And then we said, okay, we have to go more in depth about how cocktail is made, how each of the ingredient is made. And that's how we made all of the episodes longer. Content started to become more educational than it was before. And then views started to grow as well, because then we figured out, okay, we are becoming an educational content, educational social media. So we have to show everything into a T. So in the beginning, we didn't know what we have to do in order to succeed in this channel, in this platform. As you know, YouTube is quite hard, quite a challenging platform, let's say. But we figured out in the process. So I think that's the way to do it, because you just have to start, and then you'll kind of figure out through the process what to do, what is your audience, what your audience wants from you as well. So nobody's gonna know everything from the start. So you learn from trial and errors, just like we did actually.
When did you sort of decide, like, this has got enough momentum now that I can make the leap from working in a bar at night, doing content creation and marketing and strategy and everything during the day? When was that point where you were like, okay, well, I can make this move now?
Yes, actually, it was a Super Juice episode. It was an episode that it's still the most famous one on our channel. Then we realized, okay, that we are gaining quite a lot of views. We were monetizing. We were monetized with the YouTube even before, but money wasn't that high, so we all three of us could live out of it. And then after this episode, actually, of course, it didn't just switch to from one episode, but it started to grow even more and more and more. So every other episode gained more views. And then realized, okay, brands reached out to us. They want to work with us as well. Now we have plenty of partners that we work with on a yearly basis, actually, which helps us monetize and be able to work full time, cocktail time, actually. But yeah, to be honest, actually, I shifted full time to cocktail time last year. So that was 4 year working on cocktail time channel. So 4 years I was working full time on my regular job, being a head bartender, and then a cocktail time channel as well, which also demands a lot of time, a lot of hours of work just for the episode to be posted. So, for example, one episode demands approximately 40 to 50 hours in total to be released on the channel. Yeah, in total, not just by me, but through the whole team. Let's say, yeah. So that's a lot of work. This is almost like a full-time job, right? So yeah, last year on February, I decided that the channel is generating enough money for me and my family and all three of us to be able to survive and to live out of the channel. Of course, not only from monetizing it through the YouTube, but also partnerships, Patreon, and so on, multiple incomes. So then we realized, okay, then we can move more. Then we can push more effort into the channel and work only on that without doing everything rest.
Yeah, did you find that you had to sort of change your mindset? Because I feel a lot of people in the hospitality industry have a mindset like when we do these projects, they're very passion driven, very like, this is what I want to put out myself and then sort of give to the industry and give to people who want to follow the industry. Is there a mindset change for you when it came to actually like making this a business where it's like, okay, like I need to make X amount of dollars for our company to actually exist and keep doing what we love? Was there a mindset twitch that you had to sort of like click into and really focus on to make that work?
Yeah, in terms of income, we're doing the social media. The income is not steady every month, right? There's a lot of ups and downs. So when you have to also be a businessman doing this, right? You have to understand the money and influence of money regarding that as well. And when you're understanding this, when you can calculate how much actually how much money you need in a yearly base for the business to be able to survive, and for you as well to be able to work, and then that's how actually I figured out, okay, that's enough of income that I can only work on that. And yeah, that's how I shifted then, like, basically. And I was lucky enough also that I worked with them in a previous job when I was head bartender. I had my boss who was really into finance and all of that stuff, and he taught me a lot of things with that. Before going to work in this cocktail bar, I didn't know anything about it. Well, actually, just a little bit, let's say. But he taught me everything, and then I'm seeing all this stuff business wise as well, which helps me going full-time stuff like that.
Nice. So when it comes to your R&D episodes, like, are you just absorbing so much content, like just watching reel after reel after reel, like looking for new techniques that are coming out, and then either like tweaking them, dialing them in, and sort of like showing them in your style to your market? How do you find that sort of like baseline for R&D for the next thing? Like, talk about Super Juice. Super Juice obviously blew up, and you can just that's an endless rabbit hole. Like, we're talking in the green room, like we do kumquat Super Juice because we can make 20 liters of Super Juice out of 2 punnets of kumquats. We use that for ice and a shot in the dumpling shop. But where's your seed where you see some R&D and then sort of sit down and start figuring it out?
Yeah, of course, I'm learning from others as well. So I'm consuming other content too. I am attending a lot of master classes during bar shows, which helps me being on the loop with all the techniques and everything, so I can then show on my channel as well. Sometimes bartenders are reaching out to me with some new technique, new idea, if I'm able to show it on the channel too, right? So it depends. Actually, it's like, just like I said in the beginning, the business is great. This business is great and it's beautiful because we are sharing knowledge from each other, and that's how knowledge actually grows. We're sharing it. So as much as I'm teaching others, I'm learning from others as well. So yeah, attending master classes from others, bar shows, consuming content from others as well, and that's how I get inspired about the next episode, let's say. So it depends actually. It depends on the on various things, but yeah, that's how I do my R&D.
Do you have a team? Do you have a team now, or is it just yourself still? Sort of like, obviously, as you said, your friends are the camera guys editing, like Wonder Wizards. Do they sort of give you feedback on any of your R&D, or do you have a couple of people that you bounce stuff off, or is it just still you, notepad in an office somewhere?
Yeah, so actually, all these cocktails, I'm doing it by myself at home. So my wife is helping me with the with trying the drinks and letting me know if they're good or not. So yeah, I'm doing it at home, and then of course the team. We are working on this together for 5 years, so they already developed the taste and developed the skill for trying all these ingredients in cocktails. So they already know a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're actually three of us together from the start. Me,
Wow.
Robbie Fisher, and Sasha Weber, working ever since. And then three guys also joined us to the team. So actually, we are six of us working on this project, but three of us full time and three of them working remotely on different aspects of cocktail time. But yeah, regarding cocktails, trying them is just three of us that works on the small studio near Maribor in Slovenia that we can get to try all these drinks.
So when it does come to content, obviously you've got your team and stuff like that, but when you start traveling, so I know that when you travel to Montreal Cocktail Fest, it's not like you're bringing along a whole bunch of people with you to sort of like film thing, like you judging the cocktail competitions, speaking, stuff like that. How do you, on a personal level, sort of balance out that sustainable long-term nature of like making sure that you're creating content, not just from your really edited up, polished videos, but also like organic sort of posts?
Yeah. So when I'm traveling, I'm having my phone and then filming the, let's say, short content, just using my phone. Then I bring it back with me and then put down all the notes and everything that I want to show on Instagram, YouTube Short, and so on. And then we edit this. And I don't have the whole team with me because that would be impossible, right? But yeah, because I'm traveling quite a lot, we have to, and we're still trying to put the content every week, if not every second week on the channel. We are trying to film the content in advance whenever I'm on the road, just to have everything set and ready whenever I'm out. So usually, even if I'm traveling, I'm still working on cocktail time. I'm still having my laptop with me, putting content in the hotel room or wherever I have Wi-Fi or something. So yeah, it's all well connected. We even though I'm traveling a lot, we still want to be consistent with the content.
Do you find how do you balance that healthy work-life balance out when you are traveling, bouncing out content as well? And I always say to everybody, and it applies to anything in the hospitality industry, is that consistency builds culture, not creativity. And if you can be as creative as you want, but if you're putting out videos once every one after 3 days, one after 10 days, one after 4 days, and always sporadically, you're never going to build that culture. How do you on a personal level like balance that out, like that content creation, content posting while you're traveling and while you're working?
In regard of being sustainable to myself, I am, if I understood the question correctly
Yep.
about how I sustain myself, is that I'm going to the gym even when I'm traveling. I'm trying to be fit all the time. With our business, there's a lot of alcohol involved, a lot of late shifts, right? Less sleep and so on. So we have to drink a lot of water. We have to sustain our body as well. So this is something I'm doing as well whenever I'm traveling too. and of course at home too. And please remind me, what was the second question?
Just how are you sort of organizing your day? How when you're traveling about like content creation, content posting, those sort of things. How do you organize that?
Yeah, it depends actually on the travel. Sometimes whenever I'm traveling with some brand partner, it's way different than whenever I'm going to some bar show or something. So this depends on that. So I'm trying to go with the flow, and I'm just trying to find the slots where I can put my work in, and whenever I can um, um, give something for my body as well. So in regards to the gym and so on. So I'm just going with the flow.
How do you speaking about brands and bar show stuff? How do you align your brand with brands when brands hit you up? How do you pick your brand sponsorship? Because I think that's a big thing that a lot of young bartenders, when they start getting momentum on their channels and stuff, they start getting hit up by brands. A little bit more difficult in Canada. They start getting hit up by brands, and then they sort of jump at anything that gets thrown their way instead of taking a breath and making sure it aligns with their brand. How do you sort of pick and choose the brands you work with to align with your brand more so?
So yeah, well, I have yearly partnerships where with some brands where I give them live masterclasses, online content, and so on. And then I have these smaller, let's say, collaborations, just for one or two posts or something. So especially for long-term brands, you have to know, you have to feel the brand, you have to feel the bottle that you're working with actually. Otherwise, you cannot stand by the bottle if you're not actually loving it, right? So all the time I'm working with the brands that I really like, that I'm consuming as well by myself, so I'm not being fake behind the camera. I know all these most of the brands. I know them from bar shows as well. So that's why I'm attending bar shows, to just to know more brands, just to get in touch with them, to be able to work with them as well. So I think this personal touch, personal involvement is important. Not only sending emails back and forth in regard to work together. Of course, now and then brands are reaching out to me in possibility of working together, but these yearly partnerships that are developed throughout not only year but couple of years, it's built on top of knowing each other a bit more, right? Knowing each other from the live events like this.
Nice. When you're already, it just came popped in my head. Is there a new technique or something you've seen come through, like one of the bartenders have emailed to you, and you're like, okay, I can tweak this, I can dial this in, I can put this on the show. Is there one that you've struggled with and not been able to fix? Like one that is used. It took me a really long time, even with your recipe with the methyl cellulose foamer. That took me a really long time to dial in, just with temperatures and humidity and everything like that. It gets finicky sometimes. Has there been a technique that is still sort of your white whale, trying to figure out exactly how to make it perfect every single time?
Yeah, to be honest, so far not, because of course I'm still doing quite, let's say, easy techniques. It's not something that demands, let's say, a roto web or something. So far I was able to make them quite fast, let's say. If not on the first try, then on the second or third. But yeah, the techniques that I really like recently is our freezing techniques from Ian McPherson. Actually, I love working with them, and quite a lot of episodes are influenced by these techniques. Of course, I collaborated with Ian 2 years ago, actually, a year and a half ago, when we showed this freezing techniques on my channel as well. And I'm still keep on doing it. Recently, I cryo concentrated Guinness beer, actually, to make a coffee liqueur out of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was an interesting episode, interesting recipe. Yeah, so check it out. And and at the end of the day, it sounds hard to make, but it's quite easy. It's really easy when you know how to do it and what is all the techniques behind it. So lately I'm influenced by Ian the most, let's say, but I'm not using RotoWeb because I don't have it.
Yeah.
Also, majority of my audience doesn't have it as well. Of course, the best bars in the world have it, that's for sure, but I'm trying to keep it simple, not overcomplicate with all these expensive techniques, because not everybody can afford it. So I'm trying to use simpler stuff, more affordable, like blender, sous vide, freezer, most of the stuff that people already have it at home or in a bar, and not overcomplicated. So far I haven't used RotoWeb. But we'll see what the future brings.
Yeah, as soon as Spinzall is under $1,000 a piece of equipment, then we can possibly talk about Spinzall. Did you look back and expect the Super Juice episode to go as viral as it did, and why do you think it did?
I didn't expect that, to be honest. So and now looking back to see how actually went viral, it makes sense, because it helps people be more consistent with drink, spend less money on citruses, make better drinks, super juice faster, right? You don't have to juice all these citruses by your hand and squeeze them, and actually you can get much more juice out of a couple of citrus. Actually, it's easy, it's efficient. You can use for cocktails, you can use for lemonades, you can use it in kitchen as well. So that's why this episode reached broader audience. It's not only for bartenders, but it's also for home enthusiasts, for someone at home making lemonade, or a chef maybe. So that's why I think this episode performed as it did, and it will be quite hard to achieve something similar with any other technique, any other episode. So I'm still looking for the ingredient of the recipe that's gonna perform the same as the super juice. Hopefully I'm gonna get there, but I think the super juice is the one that helps more people in all this stuff that I noticed. Well, actually, I also met a couple of guys when traveling around, and they told me how much the money actually they save using this technique.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and one guy told me that he saved like 5,000 euros per year using this technique, which is like crazy, right? This is a lot of money per bar, right? Just to save that a lot of money just using one simple technique, and it makes me really happy.
Have you had any videos go close to as viral as the Super Juice one that you were like, oh, maybe this is sticking out?
Yeah, well, one of them is near 500,000, but none of them is actually as high as Super Juice. Well, actually, I'm just gonna check it out, because that's a good question. I want to know that too. What is the latest analytics about the videos? Let's see that. Yeah, actually, the second one is super syrup, or egg white substitute.
Yep.
With methyl cellulose. Then the third one is actually limoncello, homemade one.
Oh.
Quite interesting one. I was tagged with a lot of different recipes about limoncello on all social media, so people are actually consuming this content and then making it at home or in a bar. So that's also good to hear. And I did not only with the limoncello, but also with orange, lime, and kumquat at the end too. So since you already have kumquat, why not make it kumquatcello, right? So yeah, that one performed as well. But seeing everything regarding citrus performs well, so I have to stick with that.
That's fantastic. Is your plan to keep building out you're not just only your personal brand, but your whole company to, as you said, you're doing videos and content for other brands and stuff like that. But like building like a content agency for people to hire you, is that something to be asked upon of you?
So far, I haven't think of that. We still have a lot of projects that we want to finish on Cocktail Time. So so far, I haven't think of agency actually. That's a good idea, but yeah, maybe in future. but for now, we are gonna build a lot of stuff on Kevin Kos website. On kevinkos.com, there is a lot of calculators that helps bartenders doing batching cocktails, homemade liqueurs, super juices, syrups, and so on. So everything is up there. We're trying to build this website a bit more. There are gonna be courses as well on the website, hopefully in the near future, and a lot of exciting projects as well. So we are gonna build on the website as well. That this is our goal.
Nice. So for the next 6 months, like we've just passed the middle of the year, but what's your plan for the next 6 months till the end of 2025?
So actually, for the end of 2025, we already know that we're gonna do the partnership up until with the brands that we are still working on this for this year. So nothing big up until the end of this year. Maybe couple of additions for the website, but from the beginning of 2026, we are planning to do more on that. Most of it, yeah, the courses, building new educational sites, ebooks, actually all the tools that bartenders, and not only bartenders but also home enthusiasts needs to learn to have all the tools to make better drinks. And actually, that's it.
Wonderful. So for going back to your content machine, I've always found like it's kind of like throwing mud against a wall. Sometimes stuff sticks, sometimes it doesn't. This year's been very interesting for me that YouTube and Spotify actually changed over spots where YouTube people listen to my podcast on YouTube more than they watch the video content of like the long form content. And then Spotify, 65% of the people listen to my Spotify channel actually watch the video because I upload the video to Spotify. And so it's kind of like this crazy sort of switch up. Do you sort of sit down when you create a piece of content with your team and go, okay, I think this is going to stick XYZ, and then when it doesn't and it sticks somewhere else, are you surprised still when you put out content?
Yeah.
And you're like, why did people absorb it that way this time?
Yeah, well, I think everything shifted a little bit more when we got this short form content. So all these platforms were like trying to figure out what they're gonna serve to the audience. So of course YouTube wanted to keep up with the short as well, with short form, with adding shorts, right? Reels, Instagram changes into being short form content, social media as well. So that period of time, I think all the social media shifted quite a lot, and we also noticed that shorts are performing, or in general, short form content is performing better than the long form, because I guess like people don't have much more time to consume the long form content. It's quite challenging. You never know which episode is going to perform and which one won't. So we still, even after 5 years, don't have this recipe about which one's going to perform better than the other. So yeah, we are still trying to keep on with the pace, trying to film as much as we can, put it on there, and just see how it's going to perform. Even if there's like less people watching it, we still know that there are quite a lot of professional bartenders watching it, and that's going to help them with their business. And this is something that we're happy about. And at the end of the day, even though sometimes if we don't succeed, or if we don't achieve, let's say, 1 million views, we still succeed in a way, helping others. helping bars, and at the end of the day, helping customers to get the better cocktails.
What platform is your strongest one? Do you find because you do TikToks, Instagram,
Well, we
YouTube?
tried TikToks. It didn't work well with us.
Oh.
So far, we didn't find our audience there. We're gonna keep on trying, but focus is still on YouTube for now for us. So the main focus is YouTube. So long form content. This is something that we enjoy working on. It's much natural to work on long form content. You can talk about different techniques, everything more in depth, because you have plenty of more minutes than you have in short form. So we love working on long form content, but we can then use that for making short form. So still focus is on YouTube, the long form. Also focus is also on cinematography, because the guys are really great at, and you can really shine with the cinematography whenever you're doing long form, right? So YouTube is the main focus, and then we are spreading this into YouTube Shorts, YouTube, Instagram Reels, and we're gonna keep on trying with TikToks in futures, but yeah, we'll see for now.
Yeah, TikTok has always been interesting for me because of the direction. I always feel like Instagram and Facebook, you're telling your clientele what you want them to know, and then TikTok is reversed. TikTok is your clientele telling you how they perceive your brand. It's a very interesting medium, and I did have early success on TikTok, but it was for videos that I would put up, and I was just like, it was early days, so it was like mine was all classic cocktails in under a minute, because it was the minute long thing. No editing, one shot, one take. If it went over a minute, start again. And so doing like mint juleps and Ramos fizzes and crazy cocktails in a minute was a lot of fun. And I actually, when it even went longer, I didn't change up the under a minute thing.
So you had to be fast with doing all these drinks in 1 minute, right? In one take.
Yep.
So
one take,
actually,
1 minute, no edits.
Most of them were like 3 ingredient cocktails, or no Mai Tais, no
I did
Singapore things.
did a Mai Tai, did a Singapore sling.
Oh,
So
great.
yeah. So like my biggest video hit was the lemon drop. Lemon drop got 2 million views.
Amazing.
But yeah, it is an interesting platform in the direction. It's not just the same as sliding into Instagram and LinkedIn.
It is interesting platform. Maybe we didn't succeed because we didn't put much effort into it. We were just reusing, let's say, long form content into making it short form for TikTok. Because when the focus is on YouTube, and then the focus is on website and also on Instagram, there's not much more time left to make to work on the third or fourth social media. So and we all have families at home, we all especially me, I'm traveling too much to be able to focus on one more social media. So far we were just reusing long form content. It didn't work out. We tried it twice. If we're gonna do it one more time, we're gonna focus it on okay, now we're gonna make content just for TikTok, and we're gonna make it in a way that TikTok wants it. Then maybe we will succeed, but for now we don't have much more time to do that. So for now, we are keeping it on the side.
That's fair. Before we get into the last section of the podcast, I just want you to reiterate to everybody that it was 4 years of content creation and hard work before anything stuck and really became viral, as per se. And it's something that I think a lot of young bartenders who see outside looking in social media and that automatic gratification that you sort of get, that it is a long slog. It's not something you were an overnight success.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not only with social media, it's with life as well, right? So you're not gonna succeed in one day or in one night. So you have to be consistent. You have to work on the work that you do, and sooner or later you're gonna, let's say, shine in a way. Just don't push it, otherwise it's not gonna be real. So yeah, with us, it was we were still happy because after 4 years being able to go full time, that's still a big success for us. Of course, some people can turn into being full time in less than that, especially with other type of content, let's say. but even though being able to do that in 4 years, we were blessed with that. So whoever's going to start with doing social media, don't think of being a content creator full time in a couple of days, or a couple of weeks, or a couple of months even. So you have to be consistent, work on that, and after years, you're gonna notice the growth of the social media, and then you'll be able to maybe work on that with a bit more energy, and then being able to work on with full time.
Awesome. So we're at the stage of the podcast where I give you 5 deep podcast questions. I always love these ones because it really always throws the guest off a little bit. But first question is, what is one lesson or experience that has shaped your perspective the most, and how do you carry that forward in your life?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
What is one lesson or experience that has shaped your perspective the most, and how do you carry that forward in your life?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
What is the one lesson or experience that has shaped
one
your
lesson?
perspective?
One lesson. Okay. Yeah, sorry. One lesson or experience. Yeah. Well, actually, that would be it. Don't push it. Be kind to each other. Be humble, and then share the knowledge with everybody. And that's it. Don't try to force it. And the succeed is gonna come within.
If you could leave one lasting message or piece of wisdom for the world, what would it be and why?
That's a good one. I have to really think about it. What would be my last message? Again, I would just say stay humble, and that's it. That would be my message.
Looking back on your journey, what is something you wish you understood earlier in life?
Regarding the social media or in hospitality?
In your whole life.
In my whole life. Oh, these are deep questions. the ones I wasn't prepared for. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, so I would need to really think about it a bit more. What would be what would I actually change it in my life? So far, I don't have an answer to this one. Sorry.
See, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah. I would need to, because I don't want to give out something just to say something. I would need more time to think about this one. Sorry.
How do you define success, and has your definition of it changed over time?
Definition of success would be if you are working that you love to do, if your job is actually your passion, and having being surrounded with the people that you love being surrounded with. That's the definition of success for me.
What do you hope your legacy will be, and what steps are you taking to build it?
Legacy, first of all, I would love to be remembered as being a good dad, a good parent, and then the second of all, to be someone who helped actually to help bartenders and the people in this business achieve their succession, their job, and their goals as well.
Nice. And the very last question for the podcast, not as deep as the ones we just answered. Favorite classic cocktail and why?
It would be. This is a quite difficult question, because either it's a Negroni or an old fashioned, but it depends on what time that I want to drink a cocktail at. So if it's like in an evening, that's for sure. Then for sure it's an old fashioned. But before that, it would be a Negroni. So both of them easygoing, delicious if made properly, I think that they're still number one for the most people for a reason.
100%. Kevin, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for just pulling back the veil of your business and how you sort of get around your business, content creation, social media, and all that sort of stuff. It was a real pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
With pleasure, Shawn. So thank you so much for having me. It was a great time talking with you, and hopefully to see you soon again, right?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll cross paths somewhere.
For sure.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank
Cheers.
you so much. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, Pose Shifters. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I really enjoy sitting down with friends and peers and just chatting about the industry and getting down to the nuts and bolts of what's really going on out there. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, everything on all the platforms. Just hit it up and I'll do my best to answer any queries or questions you have. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.